Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the second Candidate Spotlight. Thank you for the audience joining us, and if you are joining us from NUTV, the live stream, thank you also. So we are here for the Postgraduate Candidate Spotlight, so I'm joined by two of our candidates here, if they would like to introduce themselves.
Hello, myself Akash. You can call me Sky. I am running for the postgrad officer.
Yeah, my name is Sayer Huang, and I'm studying the major of Media and Public Relations.
Thank you. So we do also have three other candidates who could not be here tonight. They do send their apologies. So we have Gabra, Shruti, and Lin Ming. So if we move on to the first question of the evening. Oh, no worries. So how will you aim to help SNES and communicate with its representatives? So if we start with Sky, and then we'll go to Saya.
To help SNEs and communicate with its representative, I think it is a major task because it is a part of the communication with students through which I can deal with them. So I would like to hold up the meetings with them on a weekly basis.
So if we go to Saya for this question.
I think we should improve our method of communicating with them, and we can send emails or hold some events with other officers to enrich our campus life.
Thank you. So if you want to make any more points on it, now is the time about SNES. Okay, so we can move on to the second question of the evening. So in most of your manifestos, you mentioned better opportunities to improve employability of postgraduate students. So if you could just maybe detail the ideas that you have to carry out this point. So if we start with Saya, and then we'll go to Sky.
From my point of view, I think we should communicate with the university, like career service, and we can cooperate with the career service team to hold some graduate careers program, and maybe we can hold some workshops like CV writing skills or carrying letter skills, or some interview tips. So we can give some professional advice to the postgraduate students. Yeah.
And then if we just move on to Sky.
I would like to get an get together of different branches of the students together, so they can have some connection with them. Later on, we can build a community through which we can connect to the business running in the UK. So we can have an opportunity for them to go for it.
Thank you for both your answers there. So if we move on to our third question of the evening. So how will you uphold equality, diversity and inclusion within the role as postgraduate officer? So we'll start with Sky, and then we'll move on to Saya.
To uphold the diversity and inclusion, we do have 150 plus societies in our campus, but most of the students do not reach to them, or there is something gap between them. So we can build up how we can connect to them and reach to them.
Thank you, Sky. If we move to Saya.
Well, actually, as my manifesto said, my first aim is to make sure that every postgraduate student's voices, they are fully heard, and improve their participation. And in my opinion, some postgraduate students, they are from different countries, and I mean they come from cross-cultural background, and we should build an open and more inclusive platform to listen to their voice, like open sound surveys or questionnaires, or we can hold some in-person activities to make their more equal to each other.
Thank you both. So we'll move on to our fourth question. So you're both applying obviously for postgraduate officer, what do you think is the most important part about the role? So we'll start with Sayar and then on to Sky.
Well, in my opinion, I think the the biggest role of the postgraduate officer role is is to listen to students' voice. I heard a news about the student voice forum, and I think these kinds of activities should hold more and more than before. And I think everyone is so special, and they are different from each other. Everyone has their ideas, and I think students are not only students, they are human, and humans have rights. We should protect the human rights. Yeah, we should, on behalf of most of postgraduate students, I think.
Thank you, Sayar. And Sky, if you would like to give your answer?
I think so. The financial conditions of the now right of the students are not strong. So I would like to focus on the cost of the living. So according to me, the amount which we receive for the postgraduate officer, I should think that they should increase that amount, and that would help the other students to run their other activities freely.
Thank you both. So now on to our fifth question of the evening. So based on your past experiences, what makes you the best candidate for the role of postgraduate officer? So we'll start with Sky and then on to Sayar.
Earlier, I used to work as an administrative executive in the university. So I used to deal with the students. My main aim was to look after their experience, provide them the facilities, and also look about their concerns, what they are dealing with, or how we can enrich their experience at the university. We want to make their experience at the university feel like it was like their second home. So I think so that experience makes me a best candidate for this role.
Thank you, Sky. Now on to Sayar.
I think this question I can answer. It can be divided into two parts. In UK, I'm the student representative of my major. Yeah, I mean the media and public relations. And in China, I won the Miss World Tourism Culture Charity Culture ambassador in 2018. And several years ago, I took part in the Davos meeting, and I was a volunteer to serve some cross-cultural background celebrities. And yeah, I had some student experiences in Asia and Europe, and I think I can balance cross-cultural background people. Yeah.
Thank you, Sayar. So we'll move on to our sixth question, which is audience questions. So this is where we're able to open the floor to the audience if they have any questions for either of our candidates.
Yeah, hi, this is Madhuri. My question is for Sayar. So, how do you plan on solving a problem?
Yeah. Actually, I think most of postgraduate students, they pay more attention to their dissertation, and I think we student union should play the bridge role into our work, and we should connect the students and the university. And some students told me that they want to their dissertation topic can link to their future job, and we can express our ideas to the supervisor to tell them how to improve the dissertation skills with the career. And after graduating from Newcastle University, we should build a new platform to integrate all of graduates from our university, and we can make full use of our staff, our students, our graduate students' resources to improve our employment quality. And we during our daily life, we can get more connection to the UK or other countries' employer and consult them how to improve our graduates' employment. And we also can read some news from newspapers or radios or TVs, like some media outlets, to get the latest knowledge and information from the employment. Yeah.
Thank you for the question and for the answer. So we do have more time for any further questions. Yes.
My question's for Sky, but both of you, and both of you. You mentioned that to aid EDI, you would encourage postgraduate students to join societies. And as someone that's been very involved in societies myself, I do see a lack of postgraduate students in societies. What would you do to encourage postgraduate students to join?
So basically, we have a lot of resources in the university, but students are not aware about it. There is a gap between, and the students' time managements are not able to do. So we would like to take one step ahead and take societies to reach to the students. As we are having a societies fair where students comes to this society, but we can do in another way that can societies come reach to the students, and most of the students don't go to the societies. The reason is due to the financial, because they charge for it entry fees like £5, £10. It might be the small amount, but for some students it's like huge, so they do not go. We can also reduce that and make some changes so that students can get connected more to the societies.
Thank you, Sky. Sayar, if you would like to give a response.
Yes, during postgraduate students' life, we should help them try our best. And I think maybe well-being and mental health play vital role in postgraduate students' life. And I think students' unions are a team. They are not only a single officer. And we can hold some activities with activities officer and some social club or sports clubs and societies to have a trip, a concert, and stuff like that, and to improve their campus life quality. And maybe if we do some action, we can improve our university's QS ranking. Yeah, too.
Thank you for the question, and thank you for both responses. Any more questions? Yes, at the back.
Right, so this role starts in June, which also means that you'll also be doing your dissertation. So how are you going to cope with both of those, and how are you going to represent students at the same time?
So if we start with Sayar and then Sky, if you would like to answer.
Yes. I mean, everyone is so special, and we should get close to them. Not, I think students and officers and staff, they are equal, and sometimes if we have free time or during our work time, we should get close to them, and we can listen to the lecture, the seminar, and after the lecture and the seminar, we can consult their advice on how to improve our work. And I think we should take some realistic action, not speaking out about something. Yeah.
Thank you, Sayar. Sky, if you would like to answer.
I know that the dissertation is also the important part of their university for getting a graduate. So, like I will like to do my dissertation before the getting all the responsibility, taking over the responsibilities, and I will also add some time in 24 hours to complete my dissertation, so I can rest focus on the post which I has been, if got elected in the elections.
Thank you for the question and both answers. Any additional questions from the audience? Okay, we'll move on to our next segment. So you're all applying for the role as postgraduate taught students. So what are your plans for postgraduate research? Have you considered how you would understand their needs and experiences just as much as postgraduate taught students? So Sky, if you would like to start, and then we'll move on to Sayar, and then you can both converse with each other.
Okay, the plans for the postgraduate research. When I had a conversation with one of the friend, she's pursuing her degree in research only. She said that she doesn't have any information for the career employability or something. I know there are number of resources in the university, but she is not aware now. In business school, if you are to the business schools, there are always texts which represents the about the their what you are going to do further, or how you can gain the experience, or what things you need to get a job. So I think so we can get this to the research also, and there needs and rest also applies to the thoughts also, same thing.
Thank you, Sky. So Sayar, if you would like to have an input.
I heard the PGR is maybe they have two study experiences in this university, and the PGT always have 1 year to study, and maybe the second the later role is more about academical study, and maybe they need to publish some essay and maybe they can do more experiment. Like in medical school, I heard that they tend to look for more participants and someone to take part in their focus group or dissertation. And I think the latter one is they pay more attention to their academical, and we should before the deadline. I mean, we should do something and hold some activities to improve their mental health and well-being. Yeah, maybe they have more pressure about their study.
Thank you, Sayar. So if there are any additional points you would like to raise, perhaps from manifestos, now is the time to do it. So if either you have a question for each other.
If you would like to go first.
No.
If we have no additional comments, that's absolutely fine, and we can bring the candidate spotlight to a close there.
Sure.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So thank you very much for the audience who came along, and thank you for tuning in on NUTV. So this is the last of the candidate spotlights for tonight, but there's plenty more in the coming few days, so please do tune in and have a lovely evening.